We got some switch ups on team 2 with Hawthorne still sticking to that Shadow Priest. We got ourselves Danny as a Beastmaster Hunter. Got 2 of these stitchy, fleshy beasts. Wow, wait, one of them is missing like part of a jaw. Actually, even a nose. Crazy. We got ourselves Devil Pox as an Assassination Mentir, dude. Yo, what are them legs, dude? What are them legs? Why can't I see your calves between those boots? It looks a little funky. It looks kind of okay right here. And they can just see those manly calves. Got ourselves Darkus, I guess, and War Grand. And it looks like Ravender is going to be first up on the team, as Team 2 is still trying to figure out who's going to be going first, who's going to go last. It looks like it's going to be Danny versus Ravender. BM versus BM. Who's going to BM each other the most? BM as in Beast Mastery, but also maybe BM as in Bad Matters. And Danny's taking a bit of damage with those kill shots back to back. He's going to have to go for a heal and a turtle. Just kind of stuck in place. Can't really go anywhere. So he's going to have to pop defenses a little bit early. Sicking his pets onto Revender's pets, but Revender catches that stun as Danny is just continuing to kite, trying to get those pets off of him. Is going to go for some bestial rats and is going to have to get his pets onto Revender. But Danny's a little bit behind. He's going to have to go for whatever heals he can. Whatever pet heals he can. I don't know if his pets do for a heal. Danny's super low in health and a kill shot is going to take him out. Revender just needs to take down the seed pod, which shouldn't be difficult for a Beast Mastery. The pets should do enough damage. It's kind of funny that Danny could actually still control his pets. I guess he could sync those pets to Revender. If only those pets had like some kind of a CC. Kind of like... Because I'm pretty sure you can cast a kill command while you're CC'd as a hunter. I know as a Demonology Warlock, you can use your pet stun with the axe toss, because the pet stun is kind of like separate from your character. So like if you get silenced or CC'd, your pet can still do stuff and you can still command them. But hunters, I guess they gotta hear the hunter's call to command them. Maybe that's like the lore explanation for it. Looks like Devil is getting opened up on by Revender. Did force a trinket out of the hunter, as Revender did go for a full Kirin resonance shot. Devil is looking for a setup. Playing Necrolord. Wait, you're not even Mentir. You're a Necrolord. I say a Mog, and I was like, has to be Necrolord. Look at his Mog. Look at the back. But he is serrated Bone Spike. Got this serrated Bone Spike with one of the pets, and eventually those pets are going to melt. It's going to be able to get him some big slaps on the pets, and that's going to be a Bone Spike on Revender as well. Big stun onto Devil. I think he used a human racial for it. He did to break out of it. Stun onto Revender, trying to make as much damage happen. Is it going to be a big vendetta? It's going to be big vendetta. With the Cloak of Shadows, Revender does not have a defense to deal with this. Does have damage though. Going to be more spikes on Revender. There's going to be an evasion available for Devil Pox. Revender just needs to wait out until evasion is down. He might be able to do something here. Does some of the pets in the smoke bomb with Devil. Use that kill shot ASAP. And that kill shot does so much damage. Taking him out. Devil barely got to play there. I think Revender actually uses Void of Racial, which I didn't even notice for a second until later. To kind of sneak around behind the rogue. Just sneaking around him. And is getting clapped down by Hawthorne. Does Revender have any self-heals? Might need to go for a defensive, as Hawthorne just got so much pressure on him. Big PIs available for the Shadow Priest, and that's going to be more Void Bolts and Void Bolts for days. And Revender does get taken out with Buff Sub up next. Quick Disperse by Hawthorne. Is that a big damage for Buff Sub with maybe the Ventir? Flagellation? Did he do it? He's gonna go for a bit of a Shadowlands if necessary. But damn, Devil, dude, he came out trying to see if he can make Assassination work. And then Revender just kind of snuck behind him. He threw the Void thing, the Void of Racial, to kind of sneak away from the side of the pillar and then ported to it and get some freebie shots on the guy. That Vendetta was as good as it could be. And then evasion, and then you're just hoping like maybe I can kill it. Just an all-in strat. And there's just not much you can do about it. You either get it or you don't. Hawthorne not picking up, actually picked up the eyes the last second, does get a stun into Buff Sub. It's going to be tricky for him immediately. Trying to go for an interrupt. Looks like the interrupt has not been used by Buff Sub just yet. But a Cloak of Shadows has been instead. Holding out for his interrupt for later. Big cheap shot onto Hawthorne. Does get a fear into Buff Sub. Hoping for a bit of a self-heals. Mind Games does get applied. Shadow Mend into a restealth for Buff Sub. Does get the interrupt on the selfie for Hawthorne. Trying to pressure the Shadow Priest. But the Shadow Priest is the one putting the pressure. One that getting all those DPs, all the pains on the rogue. Trying to bring in the pain, maybe with a teleport from Ventir. Gonna be a shadowy duel, but Buff Sub. Oh, Oh no. Wait, is he still dying? I think he's still dying to dots. Wait, Hawthorne? Oh! Hawthorne looked at the right time. Apparently that rogue was still getting dotted up by something. Now, normally we don't really like it when sub rogues use a shadowy duel on another person because it's basically a free vanish. And we feel like sub rogues have enough survivability and damage where they don't really need to do so. So while I'm not a huge fan of how the rogue played that, you know, I mean, the priest still won, so I guess it can't really be all that mad. You know what I mean? Gonna be Dark Messiah just trying to deal with Hawthorne. Hawthorne is fully healthy, and Dark Messiah is the one kind of low. Quick fear by Dark Messiah playing that Necrolord onto Hawthorne, trying to go for a bit of a flesh cut. Silenced by Hawthorne, and Dark Messiah cannot interrupt him while silenced. There goes the silence, there goes the interrupt as the silence wears off, and Hawthorne just needs to flay the mind just a little bit longer. What? Second fear? Wait, how often can you use that Dark Messiah? How often can you use that fear thing? Because you use it twice in a row. I don't think that's normal. How does he use it twice in a row? Is that a bug? Interesting. Interesting. Gonna be big rippy hand available for Chill Pills. And Hawthorne is gonna have to find his way through yet another Frost DK. Greater Fate for a second, trying to go for heals. And Chill Pills does not have an interrupt. But he's got all that power. All that unholy might, unholy strength of Frost. With a massive, the pillar of the community. The pillar of Frost. My man's. Big mind games trying to come out. Chill Pills is gonna get hit by it. Trying to go Flesh Cup. Flesh Cup does not get reduced with mind games, which is really good for him. That's going to give him quite a bit of self-heals. Into a Legendborn right afterwards. Needs to go for a bit of self-heals. Does get a fear onto Hawthorne. Hawthorne is the priest here. How is he the one getting feared? And Chupas actually went for an interrupt on a, what's the word? He went for an interrupt on, what am I trying to say? Crap. Interrupt on the Shackle Undead. Because Chilpas went for a Lichborn, which technically makes him an undead. And if you shackle undead on a DK with Lichborn, you actually stun him, which Hawthorne, I think, did that the first time to Chilpas and then won the duel because of that. It was a massive amount of CC. It's a full stun. I don't know if it makes a damage, but I'm pretty sure it's a stun. Or if it is a CC, kind of like a blind, it did use it to kind of win the duel for certain. Big Void Eruption, Void Form activated. Chilpas trying to recover whatever health he can. No more defenses left. Does send out the dragon. Does a bit of damage to Hawthorne. Mind Games on the Chill Pills with an execute with the Death Pact. Oh no. Silence on the Chicago as they're coming out of the woodworks. And it's going to go for big ascendance. Interrupting him on Shadow. But it's going to be a pretty short interrupt. Quick Fear on Chicago does burn a trinket for it. That's going to be a mind control with Hawthorne. Just trying to park Chicago kind of in the corner while the ascendance is up. Stun to rotate right after him. And it's going to have himself some line of sight. Self heals available. It's 8 minutes into his duel. 80% damaging, boys. And Chicago got some cooldowns coming up in about 30. If he can just live for a bit, he might be okay. Actually taking my advice here and trying to blast through Hawthorne while the mind games is up. It does give Hawthorne just a slight bit of heals, but he's basically full health anyway. So at least Chicago is able to get himself a bit of Maelstrom. Primordial Wave used for a bit of a self heal. Could go for a big heal. Silence coming out though. Super unfortunate. Mind games. Do they live with the dots in him? Does Hawthorne have a stun to follow? I don't think he does. Do they maybe have a fear? Oh my goodness. Fear into Shadow or Death, but the grounding shadow was there to save the day. Into an interim. Chicago actually lives it. Chicago actually survives. That grounding shadow was so good. Otherwise it could have been really, really bad. Really, really bad. Oh my goodness. Chicago. That was so clutch. Maybe my advice wasn't that good. Just go for that full-on blast of damage. That grounding totem saved you though. That was so good. Mind games does go for an interrupt, but the mind game still went off. Now how does that work? Unless maybe he had a cast ability after the mind games. Big ascendance is available as a shaman. I think he might be trying to go for all in. Does get the stun to Hawthorne. Probably going to be a disperse here. Trying to go for Silence Chicago with the stun right after. Does he have enough? I think a Mind Blast is going to get him. Man, he decided not to even go for a disperse. 1 million damage on this guy. Well, damn.